at a beginning, American flag, whatever, whatever you wanted to do. All right, we are live, guys. So we're gonna say that we've had a very difficult morning. Everybody's kind of upset. Well, not upset.
Anxious, maybe.
Joe got a little upset with me because I've been dissing Trump all morning, and I will diss him until I feel like not dissing him anymore.
I'm still Trump.
Oh, you fucking racist!
I never said. Well, that too, of course. I have nothing against Trump. I don't think he did anything wrong in the past. I think he's been doing everything quite right, actually. But if you want to talk about sanctimonious Trump, who's the one that says Trump in the third person? Right? I would love to be able to call any other governor in any other state sanctimonious. I would love to. I would love for any other governors in this United States to be able to do half of what DeSantis did. Half, a quarter.
When you got replaced, and there's a fucking reason they're doing that.
That's the only thing I'll let go. But that's the only thing I will agree with, Patch. If there is a ploy,
there's got to be something.
You can't be with somebody for 7 years in the same. He moved to Florida, guys. He moved to Florida for a reason. Go back to New York, Trump. I wouldn't want to. Not in a million years. So what the hell is he talking about? Sanctimonious, my ass. And because a grown man decides not to follow MAGA because MAGA cannot exist forever, you decided yourself not to make it a party, which is ridiculous.
Yes, it can last forever. I hope it does last forever too. Make America Great from 1770.
And laissez-faire lasted 5 years.
I was a soldier, and so was Rob.
What does that have anything to do with it?
Make America Great, man. That's why we did it.
The idea
of Make America Great lasts forever.
But there's only a handful of things that last forever, like the Constitution. Okay.
No, that was rewritten.
MAGA will not. I know. That's a different story for a different time. MAGA is not going to ever outweigh the Constitution. Not in a million years.
Well, no, but the idea can, of staying strong for yourself.
Not listening to me. I'm not denying the idea. I'm just saying the idea is not going to live on. There has to be other ideas. There has to be other men fighting.
MAGA is all about the Constitution, though.
It's bullshit. What kind of childish shit is that? This is what the Democrats have that we don't have. No matter how stupid they look,
they always stay together.
They always stay together. So
if you're going to be stupid, I'll be stupid with you, buddy.
Some kind of ploy, or you're an asshole, and I don't know.
I definitely give you that.
Thank you. Never mind that he had Cohen, he had Bill Barr, he had Pence. I could have picked out a better administration, so it better be that he had his enemies closer. Okay, it better be that situation because otherwise he's starting to look cool. Trump.
Well, he said in the speech that in the first 4 years he didn't know who to trust because he had never been to Washington, so he didn't know who to trust.
BS, bullshit. And if you buy that, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, Joe. It's absolute bullshit. He hobnobbed with them. Everybody. I mean, there's pictures of him with presidents. There's pictures of him with presidents. Stuff. He was Kennedy Jr.'s best friend.
I agree. I saw him too. I saw the pitures. But I don't think he was absorbed or involved as much as he is was when he became the president. Because when he became the president, it seems like his whole world shifted And all those people turned on him. Everybody that loved him turned on him.
Isn't
he
that
was
so
Friends
when
with
it
all
does
those
seem
black people, that one that never paid his taxes, and now that guy's totally against him, calls him a racist, and everything else. Maxine Waters, Clinton, they were all buddy, and now they hate him. As soon as he decided to become the president, they all turned and said, "We hate you and we don't want you," and that's when everything exploded.
well, I'm saying, yeah, I agree. Actually, I agree with you. But Trump had his part to play. It's done. I think DeSantis had his part to play too.
I
But
think
when grown men of the same culture and same intelligence are doing this tit for tat, that's when they lose my fucking, I can act the way I want to on a live.
and
They
I agree.
cannot.
It's a little
They
childish.
cannot.
It's a little childish. I agree.
It's very childish.
Well,
And
yeah,
I don't
it is.
fall
It
for
is, but I still do not stand
children.
behind DeSantis. Even though DeSantis has done a great job for Florida, and he has, I don't say that he hasn't. I still stand with President Trump as far as running the
I
country.
stand with Trump ideals. Doesn't mean I have to stand with the man. The ideology is fine, but anybody could adopt the ideology. Anybody.
I don't know. I
Trump
can't
has
stand against the
become the
man.
sanctimonious man. Okay? Trump has become it. He thinks now that he's all God and king. That's how I
don't.
feel.
He never did.
That's how I feel.
Yes,
It
Trump
all
is not a
starts- let me-
god, but neither is DeSantis.
That's right. He's one of them.
I don't think DeSantis is too. I think DeSantis is a man trying to do something that he wants to do in this world.
None of them are sanctioned by God,
Huh?
and none of them are sanctioned by God. I wish that people would quit saying that crap.
Oh, I know. They all, well,
Because they're not sanctioned by God. None of them are. If God didn't sanction them in front of them, you know,
Something's protecting Trump.
Are you done coughing?
yeah, he was talking.
I didn't hear him. Sorry. Go on, Patch. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Patch, unmute yourself, Patch. You're coughing. I couldn't hear.
Yeah. Get the
I just don't.
No, something's protecting Trump.
something. I keep saying it. Something weird is going on.
Something. Thank you. That's all, Joe. All the argument this morning, and that's all really I wanted to hear you say. Something is not right. Now, either
I've
they're
always
playing an
been
elusive game that ain't gonna fall over this proportion,
Look,
Or-
the level of the
or they're
corruption.
idiots.
The level of corruption that come out of Congress is not just in Congress, and it's just not one party.
It's every bit of it.
Parties, and it goes all the way down to the state level, to the county level, to the city level, to the community level. Everybody has become corrupt. They've run the country corruptly. They did it. I keep telling everybody that. Look at the snow, you guys.
Fuck snow.
Snow in New Mexico.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Up in the mountain.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah,
I
it's close to
love
But
this.
it's just a rare
You see,
that it's even on the floor.
this is the kind of snow when it's Christmas time. This is the kind of snow I like to go looking for Christmas trees in.
Big old fluffy strays.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
Go live in upstate New York with Red for a little while, and you'll get sick of the snow real quick.
Trust me, I don't like to live in it. I don't like to live in it, and I don't like it for very long. But I do like to get out in it
Actually, we don't get that much snow
Pat,
here.
mute yourself. Oh God, I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a
You know
live.
what? Hey, it's cold as shit, okay? Holy cow, but it sure is
It's getting
pretty.
warm here. Getting warmer. All right, I'm just.
Ass
Okay,
off. You're here, you're taking your coat off.
I'm gonna explain how this. Yeah. Oh, how
Why,
cute.
why are you muted, Patch?
Because he was coughing.
Because he was hacking up a lung.
Cause
Yeah.
I was hitting the pipe and I cleaned out my fucking bowl and I put it back in it and it fucking melted up and I just sucked the wad.
Well, now everybody
Black
knows
lips.
that
That's what I
Patch
do.
smokes pot. Good going, Patch. You know what alive is, right?
It's
God,
fake weed.
man,
All right.
I love this snow. I
I'm not
love
really a
it.
pothead. I just
I don't
pretend to
give a
be.
Anyhow, let me explain what happened. We're on Zoom. A few of us were on Zoom last night. Jerry kept saying, you know, a couple hours to Trump, and eventually it was 40 minutes to Trump. And I'm like, I don't care. He says the same fucking crap every time. There's nothing new. Give me something new. Give me something to fight for. He's not doing it. We have to wait another 2 years for him. I don't have that patience.
I don't think we're gonna. No, I don't think we gotta wait 2 years.
Oh, come off it.
No,
How do you know
we
that
can't do
that
10
Trump-
years and we ain't gotta.
How do you know that Trump didn't invent Q? Just for the fuck of it?
How do you know the
Who
Democrats
knows?
do it?
Because it's just too complex for the Democrats to even fucking ponder.
No, I don't know.
They're
Complexity.
sly, but they're not smart. They're street smart,
Complexity seems to be
but they have
their
naive.
speed.
No,
Oh gosh.
nothing is right. Nothing is right. Nothing is right. Nothing is right. It's not right now. Either Trump is still in hiding. There is still some kind of freaking plan. I mean, hiding for 4 or 5 years. It's like the middle of his. He told us. He did say it in one of his speeches. I have to hide. I have to go into hiding. Why would he say it and not do it? There are evil people, like people that
Well,
want
then
him-
Carolyn. Okay, look at it this way. Maybe he has been hiding a lot while this shit gets done. Because deep down, maybe they know that once he's gone, we lose the head of the flock. What if he is still in hiding because it's not done yet?
Well, I
We
agree.
ain't
That's
seen
what I'm
Junior yet
saying,
either,
because
other
I
than a
don't
couple of
think-
pictures.
I don't believe the real Trump would act this way. That's
Not unless there's a reason.
exactly. There would have to be
Nothing's-
a really good reason.
Nothing's
have-
triggered my thought on that at all, Carolyn. But I mean, I'm just going to keep what you think and say in my mind, and
Thank you.
in case
That's
something
all
starts
I
to
want.
click
I just
somewhere.
want a glimmer of that. I don't. Trump is not a god. He is not a king. He is not even a politician, which thankfully he's not. But you can't follow anything blindly. You become a cult. Oh, whatever Trump says goes. No. We are here to question our leaders, not agree with them. Then you become a groupie. A lot of things Trump says is beautiful and we all want it. But don't be calling
Yeah.
one of the better governors or best governors of today sanctimonious when that's all you are.
Why does it-
I
Wrong,
don't
Our
fucking play
leaders,
games.
they're not our leaders. They are
wrong.
representatives.
That would be Christy Nome, hands down.
What about
Well, you know what? Maybe Trump said that just to cause a stir.
Yeah, well, he caused too much of a stir. Where the DeSantis's numbers plummeted. Now but the Republicans will never know because they're so fucking whipped. They're pussy whipped. Eh? Like that word? They're
No.
fucking Republicans right now are pussy whipped on Trump.
No,
They are.
no,
Yes, they are.
they are abominized.
They're not they're not questioning
Yeah, Rob.
leaders. If you blindly follow and never question your leaders, then you're in a cult. I will not explain that again.
Yep.
These are true
Just
definitions.
because we do not rock the boat does not make us pussies. By no means.
Red,
Right. Sometimes you want to be sure.
you agree with my philosophy though. So
Yes.
you're not really one of those. But
No,
I
I'm not a
have seen it.
cultist.
Yeah, but I have seen these groupies and it's gross. It's become gross. It's become too
Make the
Instead of
Democrats.
becoming familiar and beautiful and a family, we just now idolize one man. That is
I don't
not the way MAGA was supposed to be.
No, we
No,
didn't idolize
no.
him.
I don't idolize him.
It's not about,
I am not suggesting you guys. I'm
Yeah.
suggesting what I've been reading with Trump supporters, even what Trump has been saying in his speeches. This is what has been bugging me.
Well, I wonder if he's everybody's sanity.
yeah, it's not
I never
about the
smoked so
man,
much
it's
in my
about
life.
his
I woke up
policies.
pissed. Sorry, Red, what?
Okay. Be pissed. You need to be pissed. You should be pissed. Everybody should be as pissed off as you are, Carolyn.
They're not though. They just thought that Trump did a wonderful speech yesterday.
Well, I actually did too.
Let me explain what happened here. I didn't want to listen to Trump. Jerry kept saying there's 2 hours and then 40 minutes, and I'm like, I don't really care. Put him on anyhow. It was only me, Nancy, and Jerry on Zoom, so we're listening to Trump. I do love him. I love the New York. I love down low, like he's just so transparent. He's definitely like, he obviously wants pretty much what we want as the United States. But then he goes off on DeSantis, and I knew it, and I didn't want to hear it. Some people don't want to hear it. I can't explain how foolish to me Trump looks and his administration for making fun of DeSantis. You are dumb.
He can't help it.
Then there's got to be a reason he's doing that. To
I
look
don't
at
care.
things.
You know, at this point, I don't care. I don't care if there was a reason. I could have come up with better ideas than his administration did.
I'm
Myself.
sorry,
today.
he's an
Yeah, but we don't know
egomaniac.
what they know either.
Oh, we
We
don't?
don't have their limitations.
Really? I think we know more than they know. Because
Yes and no. I
honestly,
mean, there's things we don't.
Patch,
There's things we can't see.
we knew Pence was bad. We knew Cohen was bad. We knew Bill Barr was bad. How come Trump didn't know this? Bullshit. God, bullshit. We knew it. The
That's true.
average political scientist knew it. Trump didn't
Okay,
know
well,
it.
you also
His
have.
administration didn't know it. Giuliani fucking didn't know it.
Well, he said he.
Who's Giuliani? Another lawyer?
Oh, lawyers are bad, right? All lawyers are bad.
No, not in their
You know what though?
politics, maybe.
That old man up in Fulton told me something about what's his name? Because he used to live up there before he went down to become mayor of New York.
Giuliani.
Yeah, Giuliani. There was something up in that area that he had did that I can't. It wasn't good.
Taking down the mob. You think he did everything?
It's not something that was basically publicized and really
Did everything
well
right?
known.
You
The other
can't take.
thing that really bothers me is that people think that Don Jr. should be president and shit like that. No. That's what got us into this mess in this first place. Families do not run a country.
No. Don Jr. is not a president. He's not presidential material.
None of them are.
No way.
I like Ivanka, I do. But
Yeah, I do too.
honestly,
I don't
no,
like. No, I don't even like Eric Trump.
no, either do I. I don't like Tiffany too much. I mean, they're not, Trump's
Ivanka,
not a politician either. Ivanka's got something, but
no,
you cannot keep it in a family or it becomes mafia, it becomes communism, it becomes exactly what we're going against.
They
You-
don't have the charisma
Eric's wife.
that he does.
That's very true. Well,
But Baron May,
Lara Trump.
Barron would be a long time, another, 20
I know that.
years.
but I'm
Yeah.
saying
Another
that
40.
is, I can see that in him.
No, Barron Trump has 40 years.
Barron.
That's
Barron
right,
Trump-
he does.
No, 35, you can become president. So he's what, 16?
You man,
Yeah.
you be
20
president
years.
35. However, should you be? I say no. Absolutely not, because then
I
with
agree with that. I would think 45 is
I
very
think
good.
it should at least be 50.
No, 45 I think is a good age.
system.
But back in the day, you have to remember people grew up a lot faster. 35, you were full,
That's
you had your graduate and everything and settled, you had kids, you're settled, Nowadays, 35, some
Yeah,
people,
but
I
you're
wasn't
damn
married
college
until I was
educated
26.
is a lot of the problem.
There you go. Sorry, Patch, what?
You're college educated is a lot of the problem. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
It's
Depending
how
on the
you
school.
use it. You don't go to school.
It's what they're taught.
That's
These people are being taught ass fucking backwards. So that's not going to put them in a society capable of running itself. That's part of a demise.
I would probably
They got
say
what they
that
needed out of us.
I had the
Now it's
last
time
of
for
the
them to lower our education and get us down to something and control us. That's it.
You're probably right. I probably had the last generation of good college professors in New York. Thankfully, but that's the thing. Well,
You may have,
some of them are dead,
because
but
it's
some of
all
them are
liberal
still
and
there.
bullshit now.
20 years
Probably
later,
are.
30 years later. Wait, how old was I? I went to school forever. I don't even remember. I think I stopped school at like 32 or 33. No. I don't know. I gotta ask John. I just kept
See, I see.
going and going and learning. Screw all you.
I see this coming down when all of a sudden in the 90s you had every child was a disobedient, disrespectful little bastard. Simultaneously. So it's coming from the schools. It's not just the year. It's not a bunch of families all felt no. It's the indoctrination of the schools.
They do claim the reason that they allowed that the cabal, the Illuminati, allowed for women to start voting is so that they could work. They could go to work, be independent, and then other people will have to watch their kids. Brilliant idea if you're trying to indoctrinate a whole society.
Yeah.
This has been going on for centuries.
It's a process. Right. Now you see why it takes so fucking long. It's so entwined into every aspect of everything. And it's gotten down into the educational systems, right down to citizens. To me, all these people that stand on the left constantly like they are traitors. Nothing but. To follow treason and traitory is the same thing as. You can't support that, and no, you can't. I wash my hands of lefties.
I can't tell you how I'm ripped inside.
Some of them, some of them don't know, but if you sit there and follow nothing but their bullshit, even if you look at ours, then you're following treason. You have to look at both sides. That's our advantage. We're most of the people that look at both sides of a story. You have to get the information before you can have an opinion.
Independent since I was 17. You can't. That's a Republican and Democrat is not a party. It is a way of life. It is a philosophy, people.
Yeah, well, they turned our country into a two-fisted boxing match.
Yeah.
And they figured, while they're watching us argue, we can run to the bank with the money.
That Trump came out with MAGA. M-A. Wait, how do you do a G? G? No, that's P. I forgot. But that's why he came out with it, to kind of pierce that division between them, because independents weren't working. What are there, like 1% of us, maybe 2? I've heard what's his name that used to talk with Chris X? Matlock. I remember I told him in the chat one day, but I'm an independent, because he says independence shouldn't even exist anymore. I'm sorry. And I'm like one out of, this is before Matlock got thousands of viewers. And I'm like one out of like the 140 in his chat or whatever. And I'm like, but I'm an independent. And I have been since Perot. That's when I decided to be an independent, or probably earlier. When I asked my parents, what's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat, they fucking laughed. They didn't know what to say to me. I was in second grade or something. Reagan was on the TV. What do you say? Oh, money? Does that matter to a child?
No.
There's something about that philosophy that still stands today.
It's not a difference. They're both about money.
Yeah, they are. It's just how they distribute it. One wants to give you back your, hard-earned money, and the other one wants to take your money and give it to the people that need it. They want to do it their way.
You have the Democrats on the left wing. You have the Republicans on the right wing of the same fucking bird.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really well said. What happened to Jill? Oh, poor Jill had to leave. She probably got a call.
Well, the thing of it is, it's a great way to keep the people divided and distracted. Get them to argue. And that's what they did. They eventually got us to a point where we're arguing.
So,
Because parts of the country were taught different things.
Is Trump doing that now? He best be doing that now, because I'm losing a lot of faith in this man. As a president, he was great. As a philosopher, as his ideology, it's great. But he's losing me as a I am not a cult follower. I have never been a groupie. I despise it. When you come out and say, but everybody hates Trump, go fuck yourself. I hate you for saying that. Your name is Donald Trump. No. I don't like, I'm sorry. That's childish. That's like he's falling for this love. Like it's too much. No. Yeah. I've been asked by groupies before to join them, and fuck you. No, I'm proud of myself. Why do I have to be proud of you too? Sorry.
I am Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Right. He better hear me. He either needs new and better administration or think of better ideas. You don't put down a governor that's been following on your coattails for 7 years because you look the fool. Any Brooklyn girl will tell you that.
Well, remember, there's a reason he's doing it.
Yeah, but don't you think that he was following on his coattails to make himself look better?
So
There's
what?
always two.
So what? Painters go to museums to paint the master's painting to learn how they did it.
Well, then turn
Do you
around
understand? That's a real teaching method, not indoctrination. We're being indoctrinated by MAGA at this point, instead of it being a learning experience, a family experience.
Live by the Constitution. That's what I say.
Now that I agree with. I am not going to put all my eggs in one basket.
Well, so far, right now, at this point in time, President Trump seems to have the only plan going forward. None of the other ones have put across any kind of plan whatsoever, what we should do, how we're going to do it, what's going to happen. Not one of them has.
You see, you just explained that that's.
I'm beside myself with this crap that, hey man, let's fight and no.
You just explained it. That is exactly why I have so much turmoil, because I truly believe in this cause,
Yeah.
But there's a way to have the cause done correctly.
The only
it's like how I yell at Patch for not introducing himself better about the subjects of like flat Earth or the Second Amendment, the second.
Right.
What is it called, Patch? The second Constitution. You said is on
the second Declaration of Independence.
The second Declaration. It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we basically had to declare independence from the people who stole our country.
Yeah,
and basically Biden is in office while they retreat, and that's what they have to do.
Well, Biden's a definite proof that they stole our country.
I mean, you can't take over a nation by doing it fairly or by the books. No,
Yeah.
there's no other way they could do what they're doing. Finally, somebody's been in a position where they can get the people with them and do it. And it's going to take a while because it's so freaking, it is deep.
It is deep. It's very deep.
I really wish it didn't take this long. I mean, I'd probably do it. I'd probably just go in there and just drag them out of the fucking offices. All of them.
We have states that are completely solitary blue, you know, and that's dangerous. Any state that's completely and totally one-sided is dangerous.
The thing of it is, you don't need two sides, Joe. It's an argument. There's a right and a wrong, and that's it.
Yeah, but you do too need two sides because
No, you don't need two sides because it's a standard argument.
There's
There's a right and a wrong, and that's it.
Democrats, and there's more than 100 million people that don't,
Wait,
you know.
Joe,
You'll never,
when you give
you'll
people,
never sell me on the two-party system.
oh, no, there, yeah, no,
It's
party
maybe
system.
we should do three-party.
That's fucked. No.
Wait. When you sell people on an idea of a party and you're only giving them two choices,
Right.
then there's no way for them to think outside the box.
Exactly.
Then you become indoctrinated. A two-party system does not work. There should never be any kind of parties in America.
How about this?
And what gave us the two-party system?
The cabal.
The
cabal did.
corporation.
There was
Yeah,
never a Democrat party until what? When did the Democrats come in?
I don't know, but the Republican Party started with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, but my understanding was that the Republican Party actually started with black people as the anti-slavery party. And as I talked to that lady the other night, she knew too. That's their first party. That's the real black man's party.
I think the real reason that Lincoln did start a party is to go against the cabal, because there is the republic that believed in the Constitution, hence Republican Party, and the cabal, the evil people trying to take our money and sciences and all that. Right?
Right.
That still exists. There is no doubt, Trump or whatnot. I know absolutely our history is all fudged up, and there's
damn.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that we've got it, that everybody has it wrong.
But right, exactly. And now we don't know exactly what Lincoln meant. I mean, they call it a cabinet because why? Because he had his meeting in the damn kitchen.
A long time ago, life was very, 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 very hard.
I mean, it's ridiculous how things just change during time, and nobody has this right information.
Back then, you didn't have mass amounts of indoctrination. Things were harder. They were wanting to progress, whatever. You had more mother and father, teaching the kids, more aspects of life than what we do now.
That's what I just said. That's why they made women able to vote, so they could go work, so they could leave their kids at home. That didn't happen until what?
Right. And what do you?
Definitely after, around World War II, maybe.
So what is that then? That's basically your first wave of getting mothers out of the home.
Correct. And then they made it difficult with money. You have to have two people work. You have to have the mom and dad work. You can't support anybody.
Right.
You can't support the kids. Oh, it was an ingenious
plan. So now kids are losing values.
Latchkey kids. Latchkey.
I'm a latchkey kid.
You're the definition of what went wrong because of the cabal.
Fuck no. We're Generation X. We stayed home, fucking played outside, stayed in the house till mom and dad got home from work.
Well, I'm not saying there wasn't anything
was different
bad about it in general.
Oh yeah, it's not bad, but I mean,
in that it's not. But the fact that your mom wasn't home, wouldn't it have always been nicer if your mom was home looking out after you? My mom was.
She didn't work all the time.
Yeah.
Dad made a decent amount of money.
That's
she helped out a couple times in need be, because there was times when
So it changed a bit after us, Patch, because we're within 10 years of each other.
Most of my
It
most of
changed
my
a bit
childhood, I
after.
had mom. Wouldn't know that much that I didn't.
Oh, hell no. We was never
No.
in the house. Nope.
We were always out playing.
Never in the house either, man.
So my
I was
father-
always out watching them, watching construction or helping somebody out of a house, build their house, learn how to mix concrete or some shit, or riding bike.
in my father's day, and probably Joe's father, because they are similar ages. Maybe your father too, Patch. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
my
doesn't
dad was
matter.
born in 36.
Yeah, Dad's born in 35. So in that, by the time they hit 20 and had like a decent job, because that's usually what happened. They were, out of college or didn't go to college and was already working. And they only had to work 25 years and they would be a millionaire. They would have a good home. I mean, depends what they spent on that money. Some people would have saved, some people, had too many kids. Some people, wanted to send their kids to the best college and have all the best items. I mean, it's different, but you can make a life at that time.
Right.
And then I really see it because I see what my mother and my father still have, that we're
Right.
getting. That I'm glad I don't have kids. But it's like,
That was because you were in New York City and you didn't see outside in the West. And I saw a lot of people suffer, man. A lot of people suffer. I saw a lot of people try. I saw a lot of people have to make their own homes. A lot of these people out here actually made their homes out of mud and straw, which is called adobe.
yeah, an adobe.
Money.
Mud houses. Mom saw them in the Ukraine.
That's called it's adobe. Keeps the
after World War II.
in the summer, in the winter, and the cold in the.
I thought that was the area you was living in there, Joe, in the Adobe area. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, the old fucking mud and brick straw houses they made.
People suffer. I mean, we were very poor. I mean, we had a house. I mean, because my mom was a nurse, but
I couldn't do the medical industry. No, I could not do it.
I'm really talking about like pension, Social Security. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the average person getting an average job with an average family. God, there's always been poor. There's throughout time. Isn't that an issue? I mean, Democrats are so progressive. They're so worried about sex. What about the poor? We've had poor people since the dawn of time. How's about getting rid of them, you fucking progressives?
We have a lot of people in the world.
But no, we have to go on about preteen sex and how to change trans, or QBCLTV. Give me a fucking break. There are more
Get your
important things
transmission
than
adjusted.
sexuality. The whole 2% of you in the world.
It's about them being able to have sex with children.
That's what it boils down to.
Which
that's how they do the movies.
Cabal.
They customize you.
That's the cabal. That's not the Democrats.
No, but they're part of it.
Given to them.
They're all part of it. They all know what's going on.
Send
The
us your
smart Democrats, the people that are in the cabal, they think they're better than everybody. They don't consider themselves a Democrat.
Oh.
Think about it. They're superior. Hillary could never have lost.
Damn, what the hell was that? A vet?
Did, thank God.
Which makes me think that Trump knew, the military knew. There's no way that why the voting system in 2016 wasn't 20 million more votes for Hillary.
I doubt it.
You're not understanding it. Why in 2016 and not in 2020? That's fucking reversed. Do you understand? Usually you get fooled the first time, but the second time you got it down. Trump did it backwards. He was president first, and then the second time he was fooled. I don't believe it.
Well, the thing of it is, okay,
common sense.
think about this though. Could they have gotten the children out from underneath DC if Trump was in office? No. They would not have been able to do that. But throw an asshole, you can shut the place down. There was a lot of videos that was it Nancy Drew showed where she catch some things sometimes where they were bringing people out. They shut that place hole down. I mean, my thinking is I don't think there's going to be too much left.
When
I mean, it's getting to be the last straw with everybody.
when was the White House built? Jill, you're very quiet. I'm sorry. I know. I just have
After-
a lot of.
Was it the 100 Days War or something like that?
What year was the
British
White House
put
built?
down the original one
18. I think it was
in
18.
Philadelphia.
Oh, 1792, October 13th.
1792. That's after 1781.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, exactly. I actually thought
I
it
find
was.
that
Same
interesting.
day. That's the same day.
Right. Get rid of it. We'll put DC over here. Ding, ding, ding.
What, Jill?
We'll make it. Yeah.
Never mind.
No, what were you gonna say?
Mm-mm. Nothing. It's not. It's stupid.
It's important.
Nothing is stupid.
No, it's not. Go. Keep talking.
What is it, Jill?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, we could decide on that if you tell us. That way we'd know. Because
It was just a piece of trivia,
So
That's
say
say
it. Why not?
Okay, very quickly, October the 13th. That's the day that the Masons were taken down by the Vatican and
that's
Louis the.
correct.
Well, that's not
Mhm.
trivial.
Oh,
Oh no,
Hmm.
yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, that's when they went after the Knights
The
That's
Templar.
why
Mason.
I paused when I said that date.
That's right, the
So-
Knights Templar.
interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. So. God.
Oh yeah,
There's so much going
it
on.
wasn't completed until the 18th century. 19th.
But they burnt the original down. I think was it the 100 Days War or
1800s,
some shit we had?
19th century. I
It was
hate
after the revolution. And that's when they burnt the
John
fucking
Adams and his
White
wife
House
were the
down.
first to move in. So Washington
And-
never really lived there.
And
I'm
the way
gonna
I
get a cup of
understand it
coffee,
was-
I'll be back.
Okay.
whoever's fucking president it was. Maybe it was that one who the first one moved in there.
Adams.
The last one that was in there, whatever. She managed to. She saw the British coming, and she
Abigail?
managed to get the painting of George Washington. She cut it out of the frame, rolled it up, and got that out before the British had come around the corner and burnt down the original White House. That's what I understand. But now you think about it, what a great way to,
What Abigail
burn it.
Adams are you talking about? Adams was the first president in there. So I think it was Abigail was his wife.
probably, and then right.
Connected to that.
But what and when a way of thinking is okay, where's DC sit on the coastline? Huh. A lot of things can happen on the coastline. You're right next to a ship, which is why you got a lot of tunnels in New York City. Where are you? Right next to a ship.
DeSantis even closed down Disney.
In and out, in and out.
Do you know
Okay,
how
well, does
important that
Disney sit?
was? So,
Yeah.
so after DeSantis closed down Disney, then DeSantis went to hell. I just realized that he did his job. He's an actor. He did his job. Even Brian Craig said he has no house and no car. Or Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, you're childish. You're a big fucking child, is what you are, Laura Loomer.
Everything is so
Smart, but you
frustrating.
almost think you're too smart. All right.
I don't know much about Laura Loomer.
Ugh. Ugh. God, I've seen her do. There's a way and there's an etiquette. And if you diminish that etiquette, then you diminish your persona. Your charisma is just out the door. I will never like her. I know being hot-headed and young, I get it. You have no idea. In my past, no idea.
That's
There's a way to conduct yourself in front of people. And she just does not have it.
Is that?
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
Patch,
Is that the blonde haired lady?
she's the Jewish one. I think she's got brown hair.
Oh.
I don't care. No, I don't care about these little idiots that think that they make a big voice. No. I just, if you work alone, then you're not true mega.
Right.
I do not like people that work alone to get ahead for themselves. And that's what Trump is proving to me right now. Now, if DeSantis was just a ploy, he did his Disney job and it's over, and he was an actor, because like Brian Craig said, he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a house. Well, that seems like an actor to me, like on the road, yeah.
There's so much.
He wouldn't have had a house if he was still living on the naval bases or whatever he was doing, you know, on the military bases, right? They have family homes for them.
Right.
But then even Patch thinks that, and man, when I saw DeSantis, I can't explain to you the look he gave me. I had the Trump shirt on with the skull, you know, with the hair, with the Trump hair. And like, you know, with the Trump hat, I'm a cute looking girl alone. And I was like, you know, take a picture with me, Ron. That's what I said. How about me, Ron? That's what I told him. He's just another man to me. Y'all are. You're my brothers. If you believe in good, then you're my brothers. And if you don't, then you're not. But when I say he looked me up and down and the expression on his face, I was like, what's wrong with that? How come he doesn't know? Is he surprised that just like some little girl out of nowhere came up to you? I don't know. But and then he went back into like an actor or a governor role, and he took a smile picture with me. I didn't. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that because, well, I tend to remember pictures anyhow, so I'll never forget his face. It was awe, and I'm like, how is this guy in awe? Does he not know about Q? What the hell, is he surprised that, like, you know, some girl came up to him and has a Q shirt on? Really? What is going on? And I say girl because I was a girl alone, and that's something you shouldn't be doing nowadays. But like, yeah, you try to fuck with me.
Back in the day, it wasn't that big a deal, but in the last 20 years,
Go to the bar all the
it
time.
really got fucked up.
All the time. I go to Manhattan by myself. I never was afraid. Never.
You better be afraid now.
No. No. I'm prepared. Not afraid.
I'm even afraid.
I never had a problem in New York City 2 years ago when I went.
You know, it's a difference with you. You have kids to worry about. You got, you know, family, and I don't have that. I worry about John and my stepkids, my nephew.
What?
I don't have. It's do or die.
Yes.
No, I was never afraid. Well, people were afraid of me. That's why. They still are. They're still afraid of me. I don't know. I mean, what did I do to you this morning, Joe? I'm so sorry. It wasn't
You
you,
were
Joe.
screaming. You were screaming at the poor man.
I was not screaming at him. I was screaming with him. Because
It was
I
just
was
fun.
really,
It was just
I really should not have watched Trump last night. I would not have woken up like this, and I would not have gone off on him. But
all right.
I ain't playing no fucking games. Political philosophy is one of my fortes. There's a way to act, a way to conduct.
Yeah, screw all that.
No, 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 no. If you take the finer things out, then you're missing the whole point altogether.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I always say, my friend used to say to me, and I agree with it. Every once in a while, you could eat your burgers and your hot dogs, but every once in a while, go treat yourself to a good meal. You worked for it. Why not have somebody serve you? Every once in a while, you take that nice vacation, right? Because you deserve the finer things. There's nothing different about politics. We deserve the finer things.
Yeah. I wish I did.
I'm trying to explain it
I know.
like pages of wording in like very little sentences. Because if you ever read, I mean, it would just confuse you. You think lawyers are confusing? Political philosophy is like a whole animal of its own. It's like pages and pages and pages, which could be summed up in one sentence. But they're so in depth because it's a philosophy. You have enough philosophy, it certainly becomes a science after a while. Like the fact that the poor should not exist. You want to be progressives? You want to be liberals, libtards? Then think of the poor and get them off the streets. That's progressive, not changing the sex of a child
Go.
or thinking about child sex at all. Because that's fucking
Here's
gross.
something.
That's
here's
not a
something
fight.
Sorry, touch.
I fucked this one up. I know I keep cursing too. I'm really.
Here's something I figured out the other day.
What?
They turned progressive around.
Yes, they did.
Yes, again.
See, what they did was their progress is their own progress. They make that happen by manipulating the useless eaters to tear down the structure and build their own prison. And they will look for it for safety and trust it. That's what they did. That's what you have going on. That's the progress.
Oh my God.
Nice, isn't it?
You guys always put ideas into my head. I swear.
And they don't see it yet. Until these people realize that they're building their own prison, they're going to keep building it.
I can't remember the saying, but it was something like salt only tastes salt. That's why when you have to add sugar to it sometimes. Something to that effect. To see what's real, to see the differences, to see maybe those finer lines and things.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit like that. Every nation has their own. Some can be put in other languages.
I'm really miffed. I'm really miffed.
Yep.
Isn't this a wonderful life? Carolyn is miffed. No, I am Brooklyn. I haven't been Brooklyn pest in like, I don't know, maybe since Biden pretended to take over our country.
Well, it sure
I
is getting
wasn't
interesting
upset
now.
because I knew it was going to happen. It was obvious. Trump had to have done it. It makes.
I think there's still more to the. I think there's still more to the game.
I don't deny that, and I don't deny that I can be running out of patience. I am a very patient person. I think all of us have been patient, but it's like. No,
Mr. Strucker.
this isn't just about patience anymore. We're all.
I've lost mine for a while. It's hard for me too.
I would prefer to think that Trump is actually still hiding.
He may be.
The one thing I will say is, I don't know how many people noticed, but Trump has been coming out without a tie. You do understand the symbolism of a tie around a neck? There's a couple, there's a ton of them actually. I mean, we could go on from workers, blue collars, white collar workers, but it's not just that. When you're at a party, you loosen your tie, correct? Let's loosen
Right.
up. Well, that's him telling us things are much looser. He almost like, to me, maybe he's almost ready to come out of hiding. I don't know if that's plausible and he is in hiding. Because I don't even believe when I went to the Trump rally that I saw Trump. I'm almost positive it wasn't him. I've seen Trump before. Like,
It's hard to say.
I've been in Trump Plaza. I lived in New York. I've seen Trump before. Never waved him or anything, but I've seen him just walk around once or twice. My first casino I ever been to, Trump Plaza. But anyhow, not that he ever stayed. He was there once that I remember. But then he always had the beauty pageants. I think that's when I saw him one time. Anyhow, what was I saying now? Oh, I'm going off. I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him.
If anything, all this shit is making people think and wonder.
Oh, the tie thing. So now that he doesn't wear a tie at all, it means that there is no around his neck. Can I put it any better? I know I can be very. I took ASL in college. Although I think I was very handsy. I think that's just the Brooklyn thing.
Yeah, there could be a symbolism
Fuck a
to that.
shit day. That's for Jerry. Fuck a shit day. Italian Brooklyn's. Yeah, so the noose is gone from around the neck, would be my guess of the whole tie thing, because it went from very, 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 very formal to loosening up that tie to taking it off. Next, he's gonna have what? One button unbuttoned. There is something. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying there is a World War III. People don't know. The banks, he's definitely in control of the banks. Is it Trump in hiding or this Trump? I don't know. Or is it not Trump at all? I don't know. But they are in control of the banks, the federal, the fake money, the crypto, which is all provided with, profited by sex trafficking, child trafficking, all that beautiful stuff. Mercedes, my poor girl, Mercedes. Say a prayer. She doesn't even know if it's her own daughter they found dead in the hotel room.
Damn.
They haven't been able to do an autopsy. Where is our freaking officials? Where's our AG? Why aren't they have to reach out? Their daughter is killed in a different country. This mother that has lost another son and has a son with brain damage should not have to reach out to anybody. They should be crawling to her. That's what America is about. Why is it just us, like, reaching out to this lady?
Because the Democrats are too busy
Well, she's in Tampa.
fighting racism.
She's in Tampa. Her mayor is a Democrat, from what I gather. But okay, so where's DeSantis? Where's Trump? I don't know. He's all knowing. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, why do some people get in the papers and others don't? Is it because she doesn't want to be in the paper? You would think if a child had gone missing, it's not a child. I mean, she was a 35-year-old woman, but the way she went missing in a different country and all that, it would have brought up some kind of stirs. I wanted her to call him Brian Craig, but she was like, I don't know if she was scared, nervous, or wanted to keep things under wraps still until she knew more. But I don't, is she thinking? I can't even think for this poor woman. All I think is heartbreak every time I think about it. So is she thinking correctly? What a messed up freaking few years. Oh. And I think also Brian's wife Kathy, I heard, threw away the DeSantis Christmas card. Do they not understand things? Like it's like, or does she not? Because I get like, okay, you're pissed at DeSantis because he didn't want to back your poor Trump because he's a man with his own admirations, perhaps, and maybe did ride his Trump's coattails to get there, but that's how it's done in any business. Any business, you'll learn from the person before you, eh? And so she goes and she throws out this Christmas card that was I would suppose hand signed by DeSantis. Instead of just like putting it in a box and maybe forgetting about it for a while because you never know, in 10 years, maybe somebody would buy it for a couple $100. We don't think that way.
Mob mentality. Mob mentality.
That's what bothers me. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Do not follow Trump die-heartedly without questioning every fucking move he makes. That's what makes me, you, and everybody else an American. Because we can question our government officials. It's as simple as that. And I question why he had DeSantis with him all this time just to throw him under a bus right now, just because the guy wants to move on his own. An artist wants to eventually sell his own work. It's the same shit, different fly, huh? This nation has got to grow up.
It's trying.
Not from
It's
what I've
just
seen. Now it's like
these
a
growth
culture.
pains.
Well,
And I hope that we survive growing pains.
growing pain. That's a sweet way to put it.
Change. We're
And,
changed.
you know, we are very young.
No,
Yes.
not.
We are-
No, we're not. No, we're not.
the United States.
No, this is a misconception, Jill. I know you're going to say we're only 400 and something years old. Blah. The United States was more advanced than any other country as soon as the Declaration of Independence was signed. More advanced than any other country. There was no serfdom. There were no knights. There were no kings. There were representatives and humans and people and concerned citizens. We are the most advanced country and we have our own culture. Go on, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
I
It's an
know.
experiment.
America,
I mean, yes, it is. And
it's a bit late.
shocked the hell out of people that it's done so well.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you there. It's an experiment, but it's no longer an experiment. It's a written fact. We have a culture. We have a history. History is going on right now. Bad history is going on right now. We're not,
Yeah.
Okay, you might say we're younger, but what the fuck were they doing in the 1600s in England? People were kissing the king's shoes while living in those adobe mud huts.
Yeah, but you had generations and generations, hundreds of years and thousands of years before that.
Slavery,
You
pure poorness, indoctrination. It's always been. It's always been. I agree. I'm not
This
saying I disagree with you.
This is the new way that they're trying to indoctrinate and keep us slaves. Is the wokeness.
That's I love that statement, Jill. That's it. That's it.
And how do they keep us slaves? By promising us riches.
Things will get better. Right now, it's all Trump's fault.
Has it ever gotten better under any of these people?
No.
I will say that I will say that in the last 150 years, Our way of life has gotten better.
I agree with you.
No, and in the last 30 years, it's progressively got worse.
Yeah, I agree. We've
I
been
agree with that
indoctrinated
too.
upon indoctrinated. It is,
I gotten better.
we've been tricked the whole time. It hasn't gotten better
Yes.
or worse. We've been blindsided the whole time. We've been walking through life with horse blinders on. Now, Dad used to tell me that's a good thing sometimes. Just go along and do what you gotta fucking do. But not
Right.
when there's a whole world crying. Dad was wrong.
Wow.
There's a whole fucking world crying that needs help.
Ouch.
And all Trump is doing is going around
I saw
pulling
life.
his peacock feathers.
I saw life get better. Okay. Because,
Under Trump, yes, it did. I'm not gonna deny that.
I mean, over the years, because when I was a kid, when I was young, at my grandparents' house, they didn't even have an inside toilet. However, it was building an inside toilet. It just was never done.
That's up to the individual. I mean, my grandfather in
They
the
didn't have
country house that we're selling built
built-
an outhouse. They
Yeah.
had indoor
Built-
plumbing, but he wanted an outhouse in the 80s.
Was it a 2-seater or a
It
1-seater?
was a one-seater. The poor thing is flattened now.
This was
Gotta get
this
off
was
that.
Peter.
We
My
gotta get-
grandparents had a 2-seater.
Yeah.
No, my
They're
grandfather wanted
great.
to be alone. He wanted to smoke his cigarette and drink his little whiskey without grandma knowing.
Yeah, well,
Well, then I understand that, but they had the ability to have plumbing, is what Joe is saying.
Right.
he had to
I
heat
mean,
his own. He could do it all on his own, and he had to dig through the rock. And I mean, if you ever been through Las Vegas, New Mexico, the ground is real rocky. It's
right.
it's not easy to dig through.
Oh God, I hate Rocky. Yeah, I get
But
that.
that's the property that he could have, and that's where they did it, and that's just how it was.
Well, there's there's a difference. Was he able to afford it?
No,
That's
my
the difference.
we were very poor. My grandfather was very poor.
Grandparents were
He
My
came out.
grandparents were
He
rich.
came out of World War II, like I said. He came out of World War II, married my grandmother with all them kids. Found that piece of property and bought it and started building a house. And he did that because it was in town and they could get to their jobs.
The
And that's-
American dream.
Right.
And my mom said that they all had to help. All her brothers and sisters helped build the house. It was very cold in that house. There was one big potbelly stove that my grandfather used to start every morning at about 4:30.
Huh.
That's the only thing that would heat the whole house. They didn't put a gas heater in there until, God, I think I was a teenager.
Wow, man.
Well, you think that's rough. I dated a guy from Limerick. He came over from Ireland. He didn't have heating. He was my age.
Here
What, 2,
Here
3
in the United States, he did not have heating.
No, in Ireland.
Over in Ireland. Well, okay.
In the United States. I lived with him. I hope he had heating.
He had 5 clicks, didn't he?
Huh?
The United States is a better place to live.
Mm-hmm.
He came here to learn. He wanted to know what the snow was. He really wanted. We used to go snowboarding in Vermont all the time. I learned how to
No,
snowboard.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel very positive about the country. Not about current events. I mean,
Sure.
anybody with a brain, but I guess I'm a positive person in that I feel
Very
that it
optimistic.
is growing. I do. I feel that it's a growing pains, and I think that good is going to prevail. I just feel that. And I think this country is a great thing, a great experiment, a great whatever you want to call it, constitution, republic, whatever.
I stand with Jill.
I'm all right. And then you talk to someone like Nancy, who sees the opposite side of things, working in that lovely library where, you know, teen
Right.
stuff can happen any minute of any day, and they're allowed to read about this in the public library. And you can't help but think, yeah, okay. As much as things can be changing, we got to reach these idiots. You know, we're too busy forming our own shit. We gotta bring. The reason why I yell at Patch so much, okay, I really believe in education and I believe in teaching the correct way. I'm not the best, but you guys all seen me teaching kids. You've all seen me react with kids. There is a way to teach. And if
Yes.
you do it wrong, they will ignore you.
That's right.
They will fight you. You know, they will just be bastards. You have to say it the correct ways, or else we're not doing anybody any good. Patch, that's all I am trying to say. To us, you can be like, well, whatever you want, because we know.
You
But
have
when
to
you're
speak.
trying to teach the average person that you got to look at this new constitution online, the, you know, whatever. I can't even think anymore. I'm sick. But you got to say it in such a way that they want to do, that they want to learn, that they want to understand, not that you demand them to watch it or tell them to watch it. It's got to be like interesting, or else they won't learn.
I shouldn't have to demand him to be an American.
Hey,
Say that again, Patch.
I shouldn't have to demand him to be an American.
Okay.
You're right about that, but you know, there are some people that just
You
don't
live
know
here,
any
it's your
better. So
responsibility to find out.
either you keep your mouth shut or you teach them the correct way, or else you're going to do more damage. Get it? That's a fact. All right. My dad didn't teach 50 years and I didn't learn nothing out of it. Huh? It's a fact. You scare them when you tell them that they're wrong. They'll leave you. They won't.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Because everybody has a
I
protection,
don't.
right? Everybody's got that I know more than you do side. People are not dumb. They're misread and taught wrong.
Some do have a thinking problem.
Well, you got mental problems all over the place. You got people killing people, raping people, wanting to have sex with children. That is not even close to indoctrination. That's the level of difference is. You got Democrats, libtards, and whatever that don't want to hurt babies. That
Right.
don't want to see grown men having sex with their children. Because believe it or not, Democrats have families too. They got kids. And they will say,
Yeah,
Mama
it's
Bear
not-
will not let anybody hurt their baby bear. I don't care what party you're in.
There's a lot of Democrats that wouldn't go for that crap. I know that.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. You can't.
I don't
So maybe a lot of this
understand.
shit is.
I don't understand why, and I don't want to offend anybody, why the Catholic Church does not stop the abortion stuff.
Because
Because
Well-
they're not really.
they're not in control. The church and politics are separate.
Yeah.
They're separate.
But why doesn't the Pope come out and say, hey,
Because the Pope is one of them.
Pope is one of
Pope
them.
is part of all that.
Oh yeah, the Pope is absolutely his butler was caught as a pedophile a few years back.
And that.
it just
Catholics
makes
don't-
me sick.
Catholics do not believe in
Look how
abortion.
many Catholic priests.
It's the leaders, Joe.
And
There's bad
the other day.
religion.
You're right, Joe.
The leaders. It's the leaders.
My sister-in-law, her church just separated from the United Methodist Church.
Yeah.
because the United Methodist Church has gone woke and they have decided that Jesus is not the Son of God.
Oh gosh.
They,
That's a big one.
this is, yeah, that is a big one. And that
That's
is
falling
the,
away.
But then who cares? The Jews don't believe Jesus is the Son of God. Who cares?
yeah, I know. But the thing is that that is not Christian anymore.
Oh, that's not. That's-
They should have had to leave the United Methodist Church,
That's
but
fun.
instead the woke people kept the name, and this group has gone out as
That's-
a global Methodist church now.
Gotcha.
Zion Christianity.
It's
Ron
the
talked
weird-
about it.
Bad, bad, bad.
I don't know what the
I
church-
think we have too much time on our hands. Idle hands do the devil's work. And I do believe that we have gotten soft.
We have got definitely.
We have more leisure time now than we've ever had in the history of maybe since the Romans were the
Yeah.
Greeks. And look what happened to them.
people are going to hate me. I don't believe in churches. I don't believe churches were used for churches because they're all fucking magnificent. And I don't know how blind people are not to realize that. How come these churches are all so magnificent with these towers and steeples and belfries and gold or brass or copper on top of the steeples?
It's because of pride.
No, it's not. It's because it was built before.
God, it's because
Before.
God, these beautiful palaces in heaven, and those were supposed to be, they were supposed to mimic the palaces in heaven to
No.
honor
No,
God's spirit so that we could speak with God and be with God and be in his
I
ever-loving
I love
grasp.
it. I love it, Joe. I would love
What-
to believe in all that faith and stuff, but to
That's
be
the way-
honest with you, there is
that's the way
no
I-
way they constructed half those buildings back then. No way. No way. No way. No how. Not even close. They couldn't do it. They can't
What-
do it.
What are those?
today.
And what are those churches made out of? What do they have in those churches? You have crystal. You have copper. You have brass,
Music. Music is huge
silver.
How did they do it? I freaking do not know.
because
It's
it wasn't
their
us.
energy chambers.
Oh, they did it.
Exactly, Patch. They are. There's no doubt in my mind that churches were used for something else and we were indoctrinated into whatever the fuck so they can make money.
Because there's a lot of shit they buried,
Indoctrination.
like the First World's Fair.
Having you mad.
Now, Joe, wait, Patch, let me explain this. Now, Joe, I am not crushing Catholicism or Christianity or any other religion. I am not crushing it because people are allowed to have their faith. I'm crushing the empire,
The buildings.
the buildings, the
and
people
for
that
what?
started them, the people that believe in tithe. Oh, let's give half our paycheck to the church so it could go to the war. Meanwhile, these priests are wearing gold. Are you out of your bloody minds? You know, it's just so stupid. It's like, I don't understand how people don't see it. You have
It's-
extravagant. People don't live in houses close to the beauty of churches. Except for maybe someone like Trump.
It's snowing big time, huh? I put on some pants if I were you, dummy. It's kind of cold, man.
Yeah, it's weird. It's still snowing there in New
Yeah.
Mexico.
You gotta be careful too,
Better be
pal.
Albuquerque. I'm really
Yeah.
very opinionated today. I woke up like this. I can't help it. I was very pissed last night. I knew I shouldn't have listened to
That's
Trump.
okay. Carolyn, that's good. What I like about you and Joe and Pat. I mean, you guys are passionate and I am not.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
You're
I'm
happy,
an observer.
Or
you're a happy person.
No.
there's a reason you
Uh,
decided to stay with us. I mean, we have a nice group, but there's a reason you decided to stay with us.
Yeah,
It's because you're kind of passionate. This is what I keep saying. It's
Thomas.
a family thing. It's a family thing. Trump may be the umbrella, but he is not the one and all.
No,
This is
he's
No, I agree with that. He
Thank you.
pulled us together.
right. He was the umbrella.
Not bringing my key.
Go ahead.
But let me tell you something. Trump wasn't even that because somebody came up with the idea of Trump being that umbrella. So somebody else was brilliant. I'm sorry.
playing a part.
Trump was not the first one asked either. I really
No.
believe Perot was asked years ago to
I
start.
voted for him too.
He might have been.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. And somebody,
Yeah.
some genius general that loves this country to death is the one that came up with this idea of getting Trump in office. So Trump is not, he has taken all the hits. He has taken it hard.
Somebody
He's
must have,
also loved by most of the world. So there's good and bad in everything.
Guy.
Sorry.
somebody must have, because the military at first was just gonna go and throw them two right out of office and
Right.
do a complete military coup.
Right. Yeah, that was my understanding too.
That's, so, yeah.
It was the group map.
So they could do it legally.
The what, Joe?
Do you guys remember General McInerney?
Yeah, I remember McInerney.
Whatever happened to him? Remember he used to post all the time. All of a sudden he's gone now. What happened to him? I believe it was his group, the group that he belonged to, that enveloped Trump.
That makes a lot more sense. to me.
Very possible. I wouldn't
even-
doubt that McInerney wasn't part of it.
I even heard McInerney say, I don't even know what Trump is gonna do. I hope he does the right thing.
That's right.
Because he's a man, people, not a god, not a king.
Right.
He has done things wrong. He may not have slept with
And-
Stormy Daniels,
Right.
but
He picked Pence,
Trump
and
is a maverick.
yes,
I didn't like Barr either. I hated Barr.
Right.
And Barr, I was going, what the fuck you doing? All these people he kept putting in office. I'm going, what are you doing, Trump? You're putting in the wrong guy. And was I right? Yeah, the guy he put in was wrong. You don't
Well,
put
again,
people that were part of the swamp in. You put new people in to say, hey, stop this crap.
right.
Stop.
If
Now,
they had years of planning this,
Yes.
as like the Q people believe, there were years and years, like at least 60 or 70 years of planning this. We
Put the
didn't know that. I knew Pence was bad. I knew Pence was bad before Pence was vice president. Trump
Yes.
didn't know. That's not
I-
Pence though. It's not Pence. It's not the same guy a year before.
How did he not know if we all knew? He was
That-
watching the same stuff we were watching.
how do you know he didn't know?
He had to know.
That's exactly, Patch. That's where it becomes a catch-22.
How do you know he didn't know?
Either
She's-
Trump knew, got him in to replace him with an actor, which I believe DeSantis probably is too.
That's 22. You just never freaking know with these people. God,
That's it.
dog. God, they're sneaky, ain't they? Sneaky. Fuck. Money knows how to play. That's for sure.
What was the man's name that I looked up yesterday? The one from the from Newhart show. Michael.
Oh, that. Yeah, the guy that was the husband to the blonde-haired girl.
Yeah. So he died in 2021 of leukemia. Now
Yeah. I just saw that. Who posted that?
I did.
Okay.
The reason I did is because I realized we're finally, after so many episodes of watching Newhart, that he was from Bosom Buddies. He was Tom Hanks'
Right.
other half on Bosom Buddies,
Yeah.
which makes me think that much of him now. He's from Rochelle, New York, I believe.
Well, my understanding is Hanks is a Rothschild and a Rockefeller.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is. He was,
In fact, he's got a real name.
Money begets money.
I will say this. Tom Hanks never looked right to me. Look what I've drawn. I don't know how many faces in my lifetime, how many bodies and faces. Tom Hanks is beyond unique. It was almost like he was a lab baby. And you think that's stupid or something, but there are a lot of test tube babies.
Probably was.
There are a lot of I mean, it was a natural thing, even probably about my time, between mine and Patch's ages, 50 years ago or so. It was a big thing to have. NYU would have test tube babies. There's no doubt in my mind he's created, and maybe created to act, because he was a great actor. I won't deny that. He could be in any film, and it didn't matter that he had the same face. He just, and that's going into another conspiracy yet again.
Well, thoughts.
It dawns on me, these things. Like Bob Newhart is 93 years old. He's still alive, and he apparently still goes in, or maybe not anymore, but he used to pop into Big Bang Theory, which I will never watch because it's all fake. It's all fucking fake. We'll never watch that crap. But he goes in there or whatever. '93. How come they all lived so long?
That we're allowed to.
But then the ones that are being killed off, like that Michael Scapia or whatever, I forgot his name, but I mean, he died of leukemia in 2021. And I pointed this out about Night Court, where it's believed that the one that played Christine was Hillary's girlfriend. And then Harry, I can't remember his real name. I think his real name is Harry something, or no, David? Okay. I can't remember. The one that played Harry Stone, right? He died of a flu right before COVID, like a year or so before COVID came out. It's like they knew something. The good knew something, and they all, or you could say some of the bad people died that knew something and didn't say anything.
Well, I mean, who's to say he did? I don't know.
I don't know.
Some of them died of weird things.
There's a lot of death. Okay, the earth is being purged. Absolutely. There's some sort of weird, like, actors and athletes are dropping dead and nobody's questioning it. But yay, Trump! This is what I'm sick of. I am a Trump fan. I do adore his ideology. There's no doubt. But it's just like, I'm not going to go and cheer for you when I got other shit that I can be helping, like Mercedes. I'm a human. I'm not a groupie. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know why
I'm
this America.
on the side of the couch today. I do feel better though. Thanks for listening to me.
Yeah.
I do feel a lot better. I mean, I was
Glad to help after the royal ass chewing.
I know, right? Well, I kind of said it to you better this time. Why it's very important to talk to people in such a
Well, it
way.
depends on my mood, Carolyn. I'm not always like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, I went off.
I'm a
not always
passionate
like-
person, and I had enough of these assholes. My anger's with them, not the people.
Right.
People see that.
That's where I agree with you. I've had enough of it all. I've had enough.
But see, the thing, I was having enough 30 years ago.
Me too. I get it. Well, not 30, but yeah, almost.
You know,
About 30 years.
because I saw shit before you were born. By the time by the time you
You're
were shitting your
8 years
pants.
older than me, Patch. 8 years. And let me tell you something. I am way more sophisticated than any ordinary 50 or 60 or even 70-year-old. I know my shit.
You might could be,
I am. I will
but
pat
you're
myself
still
on the
young. You're
shoulder.
still younger.
It doesn't matter.
You
Why
don't
does
have-
everybody come to me for advice? I'm still
Because you
young.
don't have the time thought process that a lot of the older ones do. What? The older you are, the more time you've had to understand shit. It's all there is to it.
I don't deny time. Time helps. It does, but it's not everything either. 8 years doesn't. It's a blink of an eye in this world. You know, in someone's life.
8 years is 8 years, Carolyn.
I've been married longer than that. Who cares? I mean, 8 years. Whatever. All right, Patch. So at 8 years old, you knew a lot more than me.
Yeah, because 8 years I was older. I saw shit you didn't get to.
What are you talking about in general? Give me an example.
Well, I saw fucking Reagan shot. I saw Sadat and the fucking Pope shot in the same year.
I was born when Reagan was shot.
Right.
So
You were born.
No. I was about 8 years old when Reagan was shot. I just told you. Reagan was on TV when Mom and Dad and I was in second grade, and I asked them what's the difference between Republicans and Democrats, and they didn't.
Okay. So what year were you born?
76. I'm a bicentennial. I love that.
Right.
I'm not that young, dude. I know a lot of
Well,
people.
no, but you're
like
still a
her.
few years younger. And that's all there is to it.
I don't.
I got see shit you didn't get to.
All right. So your doctor is 15 years younger than you. You're gonna question her about? Well, maybe you would. You might
Well,
actually, Patch.
Doctors, yeah, no, fuck them.
Yeah, you
That's
might
right.
actually. I'll stop right there. I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Well, no, it's just that I don't trust any of the shit.
But Patch, I want you to give me a concept of what you think that's different than what I'm thinking, just because of an 8-year age difference.
It's just anybody who's been around longer has seen more. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Really? Have you been raped?
Yeah.
Well, you got me there. People experience different things in their lives.
Well, yes, exactly. But you can't compact more experience in less years.
Yes, you can.
That's it. You can't.
Well, okay,
That's the
you
problem
can.
with these fucking young kids now, 20
You
years
can
of age.
read. Okay,
They know more than we do.
let me explain it this way. You can read about England for 8 years, but it's a hell of a lot different if you go there for 2 months. So don't tell me you're wrong. I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense. I agree with you.
What do you mean it doesn't make fucking sense? You're gonna mean to tell me that people can fucking pack more knowledge and time and understanding and experience in less years than somebody older? You're fucking nuts.
Hey, Pat. The one thing I taught you, which I'm younger and taught you, was to not talk to people like that. Not explain your views like that. Right?
To me, it's
Because
just
there's
basic.
a
How do
real
you
reason
get more?
why. There is a real detrimental reason why. Am I smarter? Am I older? Or do I just know a little bit about teaching because I've done it?
I've taught too.
Oh, I'm
one-on-one sort
sorry.
of things.
I'm sorry. You have been raped
But
and
not-
you taught too.
not-
What, are you living my life? I don't
Oh
get
my
it.
God, fuck you. I mean, seriously.
Patch, you're still not giving me. He was not giving me an example.
He left?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I can't stand that either. He's yelling at me because he's telling me he's 8 years older and he knows more about something. So I'm asking, what do you know more about? What
Are
have
you
you?
gonna leave it on record?
He doesn't know what some other person has been through. Some people no science for 30 years. Others know political science. I'm not going to compare myself to a scientist because he's 8 years younger than me. It's ridiculous. I agree. 8 years, maybe he saw a little bit more, but I was asking what? What? That's all I asked. He mentioned Reagan being shot. I remember Reagan being shot. Sorry, I was born. I remember when Reagan was shot. I watched the news with Dad. Like, hello.
You can't fucking hear me. I was on mute. It's just that you guys have different experiences.
That's what I was trying to say, Joe. That's all I was trying to say. I was like,
You know what?
experience means a lot more.
Didn't you guys hear me saying that? Or was I on mute?
You were on mute.
I can't believe I did that to myself. I'm sitting there yelling at you guys. Why won't you listen to me?
Jerry, baby.
I love it. That was funny, man. I was getting all nervous and everything.
Well, somebody better message him and tell him to come back. Because I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Republicans can't stay together because they have difference of. What is he cursing at me? All I asked him was for a reference. I know I'm high strung, but I'm allowed to be because I'm never high strung. Usually very patient.
Damn you. You just agree with everybody, and that's the way you do it. Okay? Dang it.
Oh yeah. Is that what we're supposed to do? Agree with everybody?
Damn it.
Really fucking hell.
Okay. Gosh. Okay. Oh, this is mine. Where'd you find it?
That's mine, buddy.
Oh,
I got two of them. I got a black one and I got that.
mine. Mine is gone.
I don't know where you made them. I don't know where you left it.
I'm gonna message Patch. That's why I'm putting. Who has their hand up? Lower your hand.
Not me.
Joe put his hand up. Jill, tell us a story
Can't
while I contact Patch and apologize for being so wrong. You know, those 8 years, he really proved that he was right because those 8 years made a difference about this argument. Yeah,
Well,
he knows better. He was
the way I
right.
see it, yes, he was around before you were, but that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
No. Who cares? I mean, you're enlightened. So what? I mean, it doesn't matter who had it first. That's what he was arguing. I mean, and that 8 years matters. It doesn't really.
Thank
Some
you.
people are born old.
That's oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I honestly feel like I can't help it. My soul is old. I can't help it. You know, I used to hide it and not say anything. No, I have a very old soul. It's true. It is.
Well,
I've been
I know
through
my
it
son
over.
does.
Yes, your son. Yes, he's
He
sensitive,
really
he's
does.
smart, and yes,
Right.
I could see that.
Yep.
I think a lot of us do.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty young.
A young
I don't
soul
know.
having an old soul, maybe.
I don't know. It's weird.
It just
Anyways,
calls-
I'm sorry you guys argued.
Well, Joe was literally shaking earlier. I do have an effect on
know.
people. I have an effect on people,
Well,
and I'm a very good arguer. You don't argue with me. I'm from Brooklyn. That's all we know how to do is to argue. Capiche?
well, and then you can laugh about it. That's what cracks me up.
Well, it took Jerry a long time to realize that we can argue. But you see, that's why I actually explained to Joe earlier. That's New Yorkers. We can beat the shit out of each other, curse, up a storm, and the next day it's all forgotten and we're best friends.
Well, that's how
Did you ever see The Quiet Man?
supposedly. Oh, I know it. That's one of my favorite movies.
When Dwayne when he beats what's the husband? It was Maureen's brother, right?
Yeah, Maureen O'Hara's
Sarah's brother. I can't remember his
brother, and I can't think. Yeah, I
He's
can't
been
remember
in
his
Star Trek
name.
Next Generation too. I love him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he plays Picard's brother. He's Picard's
Oh.
brother in Star Trek Next Generation. Yeah, anyhow, where they beat each other up, that's it. It's over. They pick each other up. They have, it's all done. That's New York a lot of times. I don't know why. Well, true New Yorkers, I don't know. I mean, there's immigrants too. I'm an immigrant. It's weird. You just beat the shit out of each other one day. Look, Joe's being a clown. Breathe.
Yes.
You're a clown.
Breathe,
Everybody knows.
This woman of mine. Hold on a second. God damn it. Hold on.
I wrote to Patch. I said, "You're being a hothead." All I asked is for an example, and you gave me one, and I was alive. That's all. Just give me an example.
Oh my goodness.
It's not
Well,
that I don't recognize what he's saying. I just think it's a little far-fetched because
you guys need to stop attacking each other
Yeah,
personally.
far-fetched. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes. For the same
Because
reason. You guys believe the same fucking thing. It's freaking
I mean,
insane.
when he says F you, that is so disrespectful.
it's not like when I say it, right? It's a totally different kind of vernacular because
I don't know. I haven't.
almost
You didn't
natural.
say it to him, I don't think.
Oh, I
No,
always curse. I've been cursing all day, so I know.
No. She says
Yeah, but
it,
you didn't say it to Patch today. Would you say, Joe? I'm sorry.
she says it to me.
I don't.
Oh,
I got something in my throat. I don't say it to people.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just my, at the time.
It's not a, I mean, what she says is,
sure. I bet.
that's what that means when she says it.
What? What happened?
Sure, I bet. That's when you say fuck you, that's what you mean. Sure, I bet.
When I say fuck off, that's gentle. I very, very rarely say fuck you because then I mean it.
Right.
Then you meant it when you
But
said it again. When you
No,
gave
I said fuck off to you. The big difference. I didn't say
Joe, are
fuck,
you
I
are
said-
you trying to cause trouble?
I know, right? Like I need any more.
Yeah, yeah.
Any more immersion?
He's giggling the whole time.
I have finally calmed down. So yeah.
Patch just really. I mean, he doesn't know how he comes off.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't see it. I told him one day I'm going to record you on Zoom.
Well,
Comes out.
good. You did today.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing his driving and cursing at everybody, and I mean, it wasn't the same. But
He was pretty aggressive.
what?
Yes.
I
Well,
mean, he starts to yell when he gets that voice like this. I can't do it, but he got a little aggressive there.
Did any of you
But-
message him?
no.
Nope.
And he hasn't messaged me yet.
You want to message him?
No, because I didn't know. I didn't hear what you guys got into it about. I had walked away.
What are you talking about? You're the one that said you were trying to say it's all about experience,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is that why he left?
pretty much. Well, you didn't say it, but that's the reason all I was asking was for, give me an example. And he brought up Reagan. I said I was alive when Reagan was shot.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
I was
get it.
alive when Reagan was put in office. Sorry, I might have
Oh.
been young, but I actually remember a lot of things about Reagan
Yeah. Well,
Oh my.
he's smart.
because obviously I was interested in it at a very, very young age. I'm not trying to compete. This is not a competition.
That's what
No,
it is.
that's the thing.
I mean, maybe Patch feels like he feels like he needs to come off that he's still a smart guy, which he thinks that maybe he thinks we still think he's dumb, because I definitely don't. I don't think Patch is a dumb guy. I never did.
Oh no, not at all.
I never did. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he thinks that we think he is. I don't know.
Just because, but just because I disagree with him about the 8-year thing doesn't mean he's dumb. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I just
I
Ooh.
disagree with his view on women.
thank you. Oh my God, Pat. You better listen to Jill on this. Go on, Jill. You tell him.
Tell him what? Who are we
Tell him
talking
about
to?
his view on women that we disagree with so much.
Who? Who,
Hey.
Pat?
Yes. Go on. I
Well,
wanna hear-
I don't know why.
it's just not all women are nasty.
Right.
I'm not.
Nope.
And
My
I
wife.
know that.
Apparently, I'm a bitch now in his eyes.
Oh,
For like the
well,
8th time.
that's just a passing fancy.
Yeah, right.
But no, it's just I feel bad because
You know, it's those very, and there's more now than there used to be, but a lot of them are, it's because they get ruined by other guys that treat them like crap too, you know. So
That's where experience comes from.
it's different things, man, and if that's what you want to be, then that's what you are. You know, if you got to fight the difference. If you don't fight the difference and you don't become the opposite of what you see, nothing ever changes.
I want to know about Patch's rape story because that I did not expect him to say. And regardless of
me
what he
either.
thinks, I care.
Become the opposite of all the wrong you see in your life, or try to be. Try to be.
We are all broken.
Yes,
It's what we do with the pieces that matters.
Some of our pieces don't ever come back
Jill, will
fully.
you mess? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jill.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you to message Patch.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Let's see here.
Tell him he's a weenie. See, I guess there was a point that I made earlier that the Republicans and Democrats should act the same in one way. They should always agree with each other, you know, but that's not always the case. I mean, I can't always agree. I don't agree with Patch's teaching methods. I don't agree with the way he speaks to people in general. You know, if I'm in front of, say, Judge Judy, I am going to handle myself in a different manner as I would in a nightclub. Is that so hard to understand? I mean, you know, if I met President Trump, I would not do what's his name, Kane West did. Fuck, you don't say that. You don't say, I mean, not like the way he did. You know, it's one thing if it's in a passing, but there's a way to conduct yourself, and we can't lose that, or else we're no better than the fucking Democrats, the libtards, the cabal, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the Nazis. Charisma and personality and it all is the foundation for us being honest and trustworthy and trusting each other. So you hear somebody say, and believe me, I do it a lot. But there's a time and a place, and there's certain people I can and cannot say that to. Now, Patch can curse me out all he wants. I'm from Brooklyn. God knows my friends would greet me, hey, what's up, motherfucker? I mean, that's just the way we are. But you don't do it in front of Judge Judy. You don't do it in front of Trump. You don't even do it in front of Biden. You know why? Because then you're doing it in front of everybody who's watching Biden.
Right. That's who you don't want to do it.
Right. I'd love to curse Biden out.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it to him, at him, with him.
I do it. I do it too. I admit it. I'm guilty of it, man. I do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
Trump should not be calling DeSantis sanctimonious.
having a bad mouth, you know.
What's wrong with being sanctimonious? Every once in a while, you're allowed to be. If you've done good, if you've helped people, and I love the fact that Trump's only thing that he brought up about DeSantis was that Florida was closed for a while. In how many years of him being governor? 6 years or whatever, 5 years? That's the one problem? You mean his hurricane dispatching and all that? That counts for nothing? Him destroying Disney's foundation? That counts for nothing?
You already know that Trump doesn't have a leg to stand on with DeSantis. They are, but still, no matter what, they are still two different people. And Trump was hurt because DeSantis didn't endorse him when he endorsed him. It's
I
the
don't.
way it is. You know, I mean, come on.
Okay, but as you keep saying, DeSantis is a lawyer. They have to. They have. I don't understand this. Okay, you got Hollywood, right? And you got people in Hollywood that are friends. You got Americans like us all over the world that are friends. You got Trump and DeSantis who have been with each other for God knows how long. And probably calling each other, if not every day, every other day.
Mhm.
Now this is all gone
All
to
of a sudden somebody tells you, I don't love you. I never did love you. It
I
was
don't
only
believe that.
I only loved you because my family loved
Then
you.
Trump is stupid for not knowing. Then he's a fucking fool for not knowing, and his administration's even worse.
Ain't I stupid?
You know what I'm saying? If
Ain't I stupid?
it's not a plan, then Trump's the fool.
Okay.
To me.
Ain't I a stupid man?
But Joe, like you said, even
Too.
about Pence, we knew Pence was bad.
But I did it too.
It what? It what?
I did it too, man. I thought all those years you spent, and then all of a sudden they just tell you something different. It blows your world apart.
That's it. Why the hell Trump says one thing and everybody, DeSantis says one thing and everybody go. That's not the way politics is. I'm sorry. That is the way. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of America's Got Talent. That's
Yeah.
what it reminds me of, a competition, not the true meaning of taking care of this country. I am not, I am very disappointed in both of them. I don't think it's as DeSantis's fault because the younger ones that haven't gone through it are learning from the older ones that have done. That's the way life is. You learn from your parents or an indoctrinated school at this point. But you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it both ways, guys. I don't. It's very confusing. That's why I have so much turmoil and wanted to do a live. That's exactly why I wanted to do this live. I have a lot of turmoil because, of course, I love Trump and his ideology, but I'm really pissed at him right now. Really fucking pissed. Beyond pissed. He's doing exactly what the fucking Democrats are doing, which scares me. Seen it before. Should I end this live? I think we lost either Jill went to talk to Patch. I think she would have said so, but Jill had a very sketchy internet connection today, it seems.
And
So,
she probably should patch.
yeah. Or well, could whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll end the live. I think we screamed enough. I didn't mean to be like, well,
Mhm. You gonna stop the recording now?
no, not yet. No, I want to say goodbye. Not everything is mean. I mean, it was an early day. I don't even. Today's Sunday.
Yes, today is Sunday.
It's been a hell of a few weeks, if not months, if not years. But I did want to say goodbye peacefully. Like, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping my attitude changes. I love the ideology of Trump, but I am not going to follow him just because. No. No, I will give everybody the chance that they deserve, you know, and make my opinions from there, just like I do everything else. He is not the end all. I'm not placing all my eggs in one basket. That's it. That's it. You know, just
Yeah. You shouldn't.
you shouldn't, but people are doing it. Not you guys. That's why I wasn't yelling at you. I was just yelling.
Oh, I'm just having a hard time trusting any of them. I want to see what they do. I trust the action, not the words, because all of them have always talked, and
That's
that's
my
the way they've done it.
point.
And
Trump
that's
had action when he was in office, which is
yeah.
excellent. He did great
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
while in
yeah.
office.
Mhm,
But now he just talks and we
mhm.
just listen. And because him and DeSantis had a boo-boo, we all hate DeSantis now.
Right, right, and because everybody had the idea that Trump had more power than what he actually does when he left office. Everybody still said he's in control. He's in charge. He's there. It's all Trump. Trump is the man. He's got this. The action is happening. What is happening? I don't see it. Nobody sees it. You've
We
got to
all
show
see it.
something
Every
that
day there's something good happening.
is happening. Otherwise, nothing's happening in our eyes.
I think every day something good is happening, Joe.
I
Every
do believe that. I do believe that.
so then don't say
But
that.
it's not enough. It's not enough.
Well, that's the truth. But if all of that happened in 1 week, say, it would be gigantic. But it's not. It's taking time and it's spread out. That's just how it is. And I'm impatient too. Obviously, I'm impatient too. I'm sick of the stupid
I believe
games.
that's what's wrong with the Republican Party right now. Everybody is a little bit too impatient. It's going too slow. While they're ramping up, we're going too fucking slow. You understand? They're going faster. We're slowing down, or we're still going at a snail speed.
That's
But
what
they're
I'm
going-
saying. Trump is going
that's what-
around doing his little fucking rallies, trying to get, everybody. Everybody either knows him, likes
Mm.
him, or hates him. There's not
Right.
somebody that's like, just becoming a preteen, getting to know Trump, that he has to go and make these fucking rallies for. Do fucking something now.
Right. God, it's maddening, man.
Action.
Maddening.
DeSantis has done 7 years or 6, whatever, how long he's been in office, of action, including being at his rallies. So fuck you, Trump, for saying shit like that. Sanctimonious, my ass. I don't like that word. You know what? You know what's funny? Sanctimonious now means kind of like hot, like snobby. You know, that's what sanctimonious kind of means. But sanctimonious is actually a religious term. It means someone's thankful, actually, pious. That doesn't mean, I mean, I don't get it. People are fucking throwing around the definitions too. I can't stand that. I am definitely a stickler. Not the best speller, but Jesus, don't fuck with words. Like the whole cis bam but KUVT, whatever the hell they are. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
learn something new. I know real English, huh? You remember when they tried to employ the bonics?
You know, Ebonics? No, not inside
Yeah,
that.
because
No.
that's all we need is more division. People having in America speaking different languages because of the color of their skin. Stupid fools. I'm done. Trump, you better say something. You better do something because action speaks louder than words. I'm done with your words. I've heard your words. You were
Yep,
great
me
while
too.
you were president. You're not doing fucking shit all except getting a hole in one now. Prove to me you're doing something else. Prove to me that you're actually planning something else, and maybe I'll come back. Otherwise, I'm
Well, he's got a plan. He's the only one that seems to have a plan, and that's what I've been saying.
really that we know of.
But nothing else seems to be happening. And you have to remember something.
The
Here's
only
another
reason-
thing, Carolyn. These guys, the Republicans in the House, yeah, they're passing all these bills and whatever and whatnot, but those bills still have to go through the Senate and then go to the president's desk. What they're passing don't mean jack shit.
No, I know. I'm not right.
And
I
everybody put so much faith in them, and nothing's still happening yet.
that's actually
Closed caption.
closed captioning. It
Put
doesn't
that.
matter. I didn't do it. That's weird. I think one of you have co-host. I'm not sure, but no, I agree with you there. Like I want action. I'm just done. I'm done with the nitpicking, the talking. He's not doing anything.
No, he's not. Not now. He's not.
And
I
then he
did it.
goes
I
off.
touched the screen by accident and it
Oh,
turned the
what's
closed
Dahlia?
captioning on.
It wasn't Dahlia. You're not with Dahlia? Baby Dahlia.
No. Nope, I can't blame it on the baby. I have to take responsibility myself.
I think some of us understood that. Speaking of different languages,
Right.
Foodinese. I'm like, I'm so turmoiled. Because now I'm thinking Trump is not. Well, I honestly, I haven't believed that was the real Trump since I saw him myself. I couldn't have been 40, 50 feet away from him. And I held DeSantis, I held Matt Gaetz. They all looked like fucking not real. Not real.
They have a lot of makeup on.
Maybe I'm losing my mind.
Did they have a lot of makeup on? Maybe.
Say it again.
Did they have a lot of makeup on? Maybe. Because you have to wear a lot of makeup when you go on TV, right?
That wouldn't have. No, it's not that. Like, remember what I was saying about Tom Hanks? Like, his face is just not.
Right.
It's like I can't help it. So this is the difference between me and Patch. I've drawn faces, has he? But yet Patch knows. He knows, he believes that there's a lot of fake people out there in CGI, and that people are gone and we're just seeing actors and such. He believes that.
Yeah.
But I know it for a fact. I drew Michelle Obama when I was in the bar. Not that I even cared. I didn't even care at the time about them because I didn't like them. So why would I fucking care? But she came out in a dress and I was looking at her and was like, that don't look fucking right. Didn't look right to me. So I drew her on a piece of paper while I was tending bar. And I'm showing the people that are there. I'm like, does that look right to you? I'm like, because physically a girl's shoulder, like one head should be able to fit on the shoulder. We're even. A guy's shoulders are at least another half a head on either side. It's a fact. It's a fact. Usually shoulders and the hips will be bigger on a girl than their shoulders. That's a fact. It's like, unless they've had some kind of weird surgery, like Marilyn, or what's his name? Marlon, no, what the fuck was his name? Manson was the weird singer. Can't even think.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, he had one of his bones removed so he could bend like a woman.
Hmm.
Okay. There are certain differences, and especially with the face. I'm looking at these people and I'm like, that's not Hillary Clinton. Where the fuck? What's wrong with people? Now I get it. I should see it sooner, maybe because I'm an artist, but where's all the other artists? Where's all the other people that do makeup like that? Where are they? And it was obvious to me on 9/11, 2019, Hillary Clinton was arrested. Was it 2019? It was so, where are all the cops? Where are the security that arrest people? It was obvious. She dropped to her knees. She knew she was a goner.
Yeah, why haven't you told us about
Woman
that?
walks out of Chelsea's building. Another woman. It was another woman. It wasn't even her. It was fucking obvious. The woman was thinner and shorter. Or was it taller? I can't remember now, but I think it was shorter. I'm sorry, I'm going on.
It's okay. It's okay. Get it out.
I didn't mean to get it out on a live like this, but I think it had to be done. Like, I didn't even care. I didn't even get dressed. I like literally woke up and started screaming at Joe. Poor Joe. Poor Joe took a video of himself shaking like this. I really can mess with people, I think, sometimes. But Patch, you know, your 8 years, you got me on affecting people. You got me on that. I think you have a better effect on people than I do. That's why, you know, I have a great group. I have a family. That's this is my family. And there's a lot of us too. I didn't realize how big our little family was getting. Now even Joey DeLuca's in our mega funk. It's still called that. We have so many people. I just, even Jeremy Hansen still comes around, says his thing. You know, you got everybody from Pooh Bear to Jilly Bean and Jerry and Crazy Larry, which we don't even understand. Bill Burns, man, Vietnam vet, believes in all the conspiracies. And agrees. He's the only one that gave me a thumbs up in the chat yesterday about what I said about Trump. He's the only one. You can't be freaking sidelined. I want to know Trump, and I want to know now. And guess what? I am a citizen. I'm allowed to know. You take that away from me, you take away America. I think he's taken that away. He's becoming more king-like than
Right. Not a king. I don't
daddy.
look at it.
And it's not you, Joe. It's not Brother Reb. It's not even Jill. It's not even Jerry. It's not really Nancy absolutely agrees with me in a lot of ways. But it's other people. It's like they're so freaking blinded that you're just doing the same thing that the bad half is doing. And at that, I will end this because I have a little bit more screaming to do, but I'm going to do it off.
The screamer.
The Screamer. Oh, I went from the Flash to the Screamer. I'm the
Oh, well,
Flash.
I didn't see the flash, so I didn't know. So sorry.
They call me the Flash in the mega chat because I'm always going, I'm always doing, so I'm going back and forth.
Flashing here and there. Yeah.
But that was Cheryl Poacher, Sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sausage, and I think Jerry liked it too or something. I forgot. Somebody did it. She's doing good. I hope she comes back in soon. Cheryl. We got 2, 3, 4 Cheryls.
Yeah.
4 freaking Cheryl Cummings, Cheryl Rayburn, Cheryl Poacher, and I'm missing another Cheryl. But there's a lot of Cheryls. We should get them in to do lives with us. The more, the merrier. I know. You know what I meant to go over before I forget. I play a lot of spades, and there was this guy. I think I told you, Joe. There was this guy just out of nowhere. I believe it was a man. Could have been a woman. We're able to chat, and she starts saying about child molestation and kidnappings and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, it sounds like me. Like something I would just come out and say. But this was literally out of the blue. There was no topic of conversation. He just started. I'll just call it the player. Just started bullshitting about this stuff. And I told him I have the show. Not that it's a big show. It's just a bunch of us with a few ideas or whatever. And I know he went to like the show. So I hope he's watching, because he said something that Trump is the one that put into law at one point during his presidency that children underaged could get married. Children under the age of 18. I haven't looked it up. I totally forgot about it, honestly, until now. But no, he didn't. Because in 2017, he put in it was put in like that, crimes against humanity. And that would be part of it. You cannot have sex with a child, which in most states is 18. But there are some states, Missouri, down south, that is 17 and older is considered an adult. Doesn't mean they can vote, but they are considered an adult. They can get married and have children. And Trump, I don't think, could fuck with that because it's a state law, right? So that's what I'll have to say about that, my friend. I hope you watched the show, at least the very ending. As you could see, I'm pissed at Trump. It's not like I do my own research. I go along with what I think is good for the nation, not what's good for the individual. Because I really believe in love. Is that so difficult? See you guys later. Love it. Joe, you want to say goodbye?
Bye bye now.
Goodbye.
See you, everybody.
Brother Reb's alive.
Ciao, ciao.
All right.